Just 8 months ago, DJ Academics revealed on stream the evidence file of 4PF on the RISO documents that ESL was caught up in. And now, with Young Thug released from jail, the official reason the feds gave him the plea deal has finally been made public. Bro, it's wild. It's part of a bigger scheme, all orchestrated by Fannie Willis to trap Atlanta rappers. She playing chess out here, not checkers.
Two of them. Like, I've heard the two of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
However, even though the VSL case is now over and Young Thug has been released from prison, the case is far from over. Lencha. DJ Academics managed to uncover everything. Lil Baby has been arrested 4 times in the last 3 months, which is basically a warning, bro. A serious RICO charge is looming, and Young Thug might be directly involved too. I some mess out here.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fannie Willis started targeting YSL, Fannie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were gonna get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Blonde died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. You doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county state watch.
But how did this all start? It would start with it being announced. DJ Academics speaks on Young Thug getting released and says the stipulations he has are a setup for the court to try to put Young Thug back into jail. DJ Academics explained that everything is set up for Young Thug to fail in the end because being on probation for 15 years is much more difficult than you may imagine.
Some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. But he's always gonna talk about him and his doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about it. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see if you followed that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play.
As we watch, DJ Academics eventually discloses that the young criminal will be set up by the federal government and sent back to prison for 20 years. But it is also a trap for his best friend, Lil Baby, at the same time.
An in-depth investigation. Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There's gonna be more. Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
If you're wondering why Young Thug hasn't said anything since being free from prison a month ago, it's because his attorneys are aware that the federal government is investigating him anew, as it began when he tweeted, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats." I'm referring to the rapper Lil Baby because he and Young Thug have been adamant about criticizing Gunna for snitching out of the YSL trial early. Lil Baby would reply on Instagram that it should be stipulated in Young Thug's probation agreement that he is not permitted to engage in online or real-life beefs and must avoid any legal issues. It didn't help that the next day, Young Thug followed up with another tweet, but this time with an Instagram video. "Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy." This ultimately caught the attention of Gunna and his brother, who would say trust and think the feeling is reciprocal. Later that evening, Young Thug went one step further and connected with an Instagram story in which he explicitly states that he is home and that he approached Gunna in a covert manner.
Hey man, what you got to tell these people?
Back. Back, Jack.
You feel me?
You did.
Hey man, ain't no cap in it.
No cap in my right.
You feel what I'm saying?
The right way.
It's time.
The right way, bro.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
And go tell that.
As Young Thug is letting Gunna know that he did it the right way out, T.I. even took his side as well. But there's a serious issue with the sneak dissing beef that he's creating with Gunna, as pointed out by DJ Academics. The feds handed him a plea agreement to get out of jail because they anticipated all of this would happen. But after a report of Whack 100 says that he has 2 hours of footage of Gunna telling one Young Thug in an interrogation room, giving the impression that Gunna is seeking retribution for all of the covert taunting that Young Thug and Lil Baby have been engaging in over the past few months.
Gunna, hey Gunna, listen, I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah, guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
However, many people think that Young Thug went too far in his claimed Instagram live, breaking his probation agreement when he said this about Gunna.
I miss you too. What you doing?
Being bored.
Don't like it? No, if I'm up in the room.
Cause you was being mean. He felt your energy.
Man, I don't need to play. I fly over to LA. Is that?
He ain't gonna touch you.
Since the young criminal allegedly conducted an Instagram live a week after being freed from prison, yet news sites would start covering it just moments later. Concerning news coming out involving rapper Gunna being followed and approached by local gang members in Atlanta. Many have linked it to Young Thug seeking retribution for allegedly spying on him. But once more, Young Thug is disparaging Gunna and playing it very close to that line of his probation because now that he is out of jail, he can finally respond to the video of Gunna snitching in court.
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in person.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, Corbin Hyatt, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
As scholars would learn from records that shortly after Gunna left the USL trial and went back to her home, Young Thug was making several calls to rappers in the industry telling them to avoid Gunna, unfollow, and cut any business ties that they had.
Are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers, I just won't call their names. Just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. It ain't like you're trying to really jump and work with Gunna.
As a result of this becoming viral on the internet, the fact that Thug knew he had to reply caused him to briefly go live on Instagram, laughing and making jokes.
I'm gonna lie. I just jumped on here to let you know that yes, a goat can go live. Whoa! What's up? Who up right now? What's up? Who up right now?
However, things quickly became out of control since, within 20 minutes, a report was published featuring a video clip of Young Thug in the studio showing off his jewelry and seemed quite content to be home.
That's some pounds, Pete. I'm gonna away, Pete. You go pound, go pound, go that bag. Pretty that bag. Go ahead.
However, the whole Young Thug versus Gunna feud is quite unclear, particularly since Lil Baby was standing up for Young Thug and criticizing Gunna for more than a year before Young Thug's own father called out Lil Baby and told him to shut up.
How do you feel about Lil Baby throwing at Gunna for his plea deal?
He need to shut the fuck up, cause he don't know what's going on. You know, he's going off of what he heard. When have y'all went to a court date to support Slime, to support Jeffrey, to support Thug, however you want to name it?
Gunna isn't even the primary cause of Young Thug's current predicament, according to Young Thug's father, and he ought to take care of himself.
Attorney, clarify that a little simpler. Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case. Period.
Courtney said, how do you feel about Gunna?
I love Gunna.
See, that's the thing, people don't understand the relating that Gunna is a rat and he's done this and done that.
No, but you,
However, the tale gets much stranger from here. Young Thug was asking Lil Durk to disengage from a forum after Lil Durk first posted a snippet of a new song on Twitter in a leaked phone call from jail with Young Thug and Lil Durk, where he had rapped the lyrics, "What happened to Virgil?" He's probably going to tell. This is a teaser for Gunna remixing his own song about what happened to Virgil, which he composed with Gunna. However, during a jail conversation, someone would inform Young Thug that Lil Durk had created this clip, and Young Thug would then call Lil Durk and request the verse.
Durk, I know I want you on. I'm dropping this surprise album on the same day Buddy dropped his album. Coming up soon. I need a verse from you. If you feel like replying, if you feel like you want to reply to it, saying or something, man, don't do it. Drop it on my album. I'm dropping a surprise album on the same day that drop it. Sing your verse in, bro. I want you and Wham on the same song. Sing your verse.
DJ Academics would ultimately reveal one more specific element after Young Thug was released from jail. As it was stated, despite Young Thug's lawyers advising him to refrain from releasing songs or posting on Instagram due to the online leaks of everything and his feud with Gunna. DJ Academics says that Drake flew to see Young Thug just 2 hours after his release from jail and gave him $1 million.
Just afterwards, Drake flew to Thug and allegedly gave him $1 million. Drake didn't tell me. Drake gonna hit me up and be like, which, by the way, super strategic move. Super strategic. Thug was in jail talking about let's squash all this beef. If I'm Drake, I need